Welcome to another bonus segment of Get Geeky with Kiki. Today is a quick film review where I'm joined by my Mission Spooky hosts, Cord and JC, as we attempt to entertain you by tackling 3 different films in 30 minutes or less. I'm Kiki, and I'm joined today with my 2 best buddies in the whole world, JC and Cord.
Wow, the bar must be set really low for your best buddies.
It kind of is right now, quarantine, you know. We're going to be reviewing horror movies that are so terrible, they're good. At least this is what we were told, but we're going to see if that's true or not. And JC has opted to go first for our first quick movie review, and we made you watch what now?
Killer Sofa.
Which I so wanted to watch, but anyway, you go, boy. 3 minutes, go.
Okay, one moment. Let me mentally prepare myself before we really start this. And I mean,
how are you gonna review a movie you didn't fucking finish?
I watched enough of it. I want to start. Okay, I didn't finish this movie. I watched enough of it. 55 excruciating minutes. The movie, directed by Bernie Rayo, I'm probably saying that incorrectly, and he's also the writer. I will say it's not even a sofa. It's a killer seat. Like it's a lazy boy. It's a recliner. It's not a sofa. So right off the bat, false advertising, highly disappointed. I expect truth, and this is a lie.
Oh my god. She's dying. You already killed her.
Good.
I'm fine. I'm good. Continue.
So some of the stars of this, Bob Gravy. That's the character's name, not the actual person's name.
That's a beautiful name.
It is. He was a police officer, and trust me, his acting was the only not terrible acting in the movie. I want a movie about Bob Gravy outside of this whole ridiculousness because it seems like he had a lot going on that was unnecessary for the main plot of the story, but was still brought up. Like 2 weeks ago, his wife took the kids and left him for good this time. Okay.
What?
And we're supposed to just take that and be okay. This is a minor character, but his story is so involved and he's dedicated to the job. Unfortunately, he was the only decent actor. Well, okay, the lazy boy. I refuse to call it a sofa because it's not. The recliner was the best character. Unfortunately, if you just look at the poster for this movie, there's 2 gemstones that are supposed to be its eyes. There's no way they're not poking you and being completely unpleasant in your back. And I want to state as well that there is somehow a sex scene between the recliner and the main character of this movie, and it's not even that far into it, and I don't even know. I recommend everyone watch this movie because honestly, you just have to experience as much of it as you can. I could not push myself through to the end. I'm sure many people can. I'm not a bad movie lover, but wow, was it whoo. That's it. That's my 3 minutes.
Give me a number. Did you have a number?
It's lettering. It's a grading system of letters.
A number out of letter.
What was the system? Because I forget.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
I'm gonna give it a C because of Detective Gravy, and
I'm so confused by his
JC's grading system is so lenient. So I hated everything about this movie. I give it a C.
It's average. Okay.
Like, you're saying that it's an average movie, but yet you didn't finish this one. You watched 1BR. You also gave it an average rating.
I would not recommend that movie.
You didn't recommend it, but you recommend that people watch this one. I'm very confused right now.
Maybe I'm a little lenient and I don't want to hurt people's feelings with my grading system, okay? Maybe I don't want to give anyone an F because I feel bad. This is why I'm not a teacher.
Oh my god.
I mean, okay, in like C is passing, right? But
yeah,
I feel like you should give 1BR a higher rate then. You didn't like it, but you at least watched through it.
I don't think people need to see 1BR. but the acting was decent.
You want people to go watch a couch have sex with a dude.
A recliner. A recliner. It's a recliner, first of all. This is part of my review. It's not a couch or a sofa. It's a recliner. Thank you. And secondly, it's with a female. And
Okay.
she fingers it, if you know.
What? Oh my. Okay.
Welcome to Killer Sofa. Have a nice day. I'd like to state that I tried watching it with my significant other, and she lasted a whole of 7 minutes before she left the room, saying that it was dumb.
Yes, but she's a smart girl.
Grammy.
I mean, she's dating me, so how smart is she?
Did I?
Next.
Yeah. Are we gonna duke it out, Cord? Are we duking it out? I'm ready to talk about this fucking masterpiece.
You go.
It's the best goddamn movie I've ever seen in my life. And I would like to quote my dear friend, Dan Jensen Movies on YouTube. Please go follow him. I'd like to quote my beautiful, wonderful friend Dan, who told me that this movie was a fucking gift. It is. It is a fucking gift. It is wrapped up in a C- movie wrappings. But when you start to tear the layers away, you realize that this is a goddamn masterpiece. So yeah, guys, this is Llamageddon. It's about a llama from space that basically crash lands on Earth, sort of blames an Earth satellite for its demise, having landed on Earth and being pissed off about it, and decides to take that anger out on the rest of the world.
Makes sense. Good writing so far.
Isn't that sort of a metaphor for, just life? Like something unrelated happens, but you just want to blame everything else because you're just so fucking pissed and you're like, what can I hit? That is this llama. There are some interesting camera angles in this movie. There's a lot of facial close-ups. A couple of them, 3 in particular, is very odd, but it's the kind of creepy horror type facial camera angles that is extreme close-up for like no reason other than to make you feel extremely uncomfortable, and it does that job. That is what it's supposed to do. There are a whole bunch of things that happen in this movie that seem like complete and utter mistakes. Like, oh god, the audio's off just a little bit. There's somebody who clearly is wearing a shirt, a specific color shirt in one scene, and then that shirt changes like for no reason, right? Then you realize that every single thing that is done in this movie to make it look like a bad movie is on purpose, and it works. This movie is 1 hour and 9 minutes long. I wanted to see the end of this film. I know it's bad. I know that the characters are in some ways two-dimensional, but I couldn't stop watching it. It's like crack. It's bad. It's bad for you. You shouldn't do it, but you wanna because you feel good. Yeah, it is. It's a feel-good, stupid-ass horror film, and I don't want to spoil anything else about this for you guys. Seriously, please just go watch it. I watched it on Tubi. I think it's also on Amazon Prime though. For like, if you have Amazon Prime, it's free, I think. The director of this film is How We Doin'. That is obviously not his real name. It's a pseudonym. His real name is Robert Horn, and there is a guy named Robert Horn who's also a legit playwright, so it's possible that he is going with this director pseudonym to alleviate any of those issues on IMDb. James Earl Cox III, our hero of the story, is very funny. Nicely done, James Earl, Mr. Cox III, if you will. The special effects there's absolutely nothing fucking special about them at all, but that's what makes the film. Just trust me. Just watch it. Also, they get around a lot of special effects by just having a cartoon. Cartoon is fucking badass, by the way. So I totally into it. Yeah. Llamageddon, man. Wow. See, this is difficult for the rating system for me because I gave Bad Hair a B+, mostly because of the runtime. I will say Llamageddon runs like an hour and it's actually pretty tight. I will say B-. Yeah, I'll give it a B- just because see, I can't even say production value because it's supposed to be shitty on purpose.
I saw the hot tub scene. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
think it was in a trailer.
It's all great.
I will have to watch this movie. I have to watch this movie. I feel like I have to watch both of them just so I can sit through Killer Sofa and be like, JC,
I totally want to watch Killer Sofa though.
you didn't even watch the end of it. You didn't even know what happened. And then scarf off at JC. And Llamageddon just sounds.
Yeah, I want you guys to watch I want all of our listeners to watch Llamageddon. Let us know, in the thread for this particular film. Let us know what you think about the fact that it's so shitty it's good.
You ready? Have either of you watched the movie that I watched?
What was it? Troll 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh my god.
Like 10 years ago, but I've seen it.
This movie is so beautiful. The movie that I watched was the infamous Troll 2. Absolutely infamous. Quoted by many people as being the worst horror movie ever. Rated a 3 out of 10 on IMDb. And I think all of these people are completely wrong. This is probably one of the greatest campy, weird, dumb horror movies I've ever watched. It is also one of the first ones I ever watched way back in the day. I rewatched it today. Director Claudio Fragasso, bunch of actors in it that, none of them I don't think really got real far. But I will say, this movie is incredibly important to me. I am a connoisseur of bad movies. I enjoy bad movies. When you decide that you are getting into watching bad movies, I feel like you have to decide where your standard is going to be, where it's like, this is way below the line. And I feel like Troll 2 is the perfect baseline. A lot of people will go with The Room. Troll 2, if you watch this movie first, when you're getting into bad movies, you know what will be a worthwhile bad movie and what will be a beautiful bad movie. This is a beautiful bad movie. Absolutely nothing worse. The plot is not good. They're using rubber masks and green Kool-Aid for 90% of the effects that they did. But if you watch this one first, you will know if you get to a Killer Sofa or maybe down the road, a Birdemic, you will know which ones are good and which ones are bad. This one is good. So for the next 30 seconds, I'm going to name some things because there's a little something for everybody in this movie. We have Halloween masks. We have lame teenagers. We have ancient druids. We have goblins. We have country bumpkins. We have a heroic child that is smarter than his entire family combined. We have weaponized baloney. We have people turning into trees. We have spear fighting. We have curdled milk. We have people professing that coffee is the devil's drink. We have everything that you could possibly want in a bad movie in this movie. I suggest everybody go watch this movie. If you've seen it once, if you've seen it a million times, if you've never seen it before, go watch the fucking movie. I give it an A+, 10 out of 10. It's everything it needs to be. Go watch this movie. I fucking love it. I love every scene of this movie. I was howling, absolutely howling every scene of this movie, and I knew everything that happened.
All right, guys. So the wrap up on this. JC hated his movie. I love Llamageddon, and Cord wants to marry his movie, so we're good.
Troll 2 is a must-watch for anybody who wants to get into bad movies. Start there.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We have the spoilers for these 3 movies over on Patreon for the $1 level. You guys signed up for that. It's basically you're just like $12 a year and you're buying us a couple cups of coffee for the rest of the BS. Plus you get all the Mission Spooky stuff. So it's Patreon/Mission Spooky. So not only will you get our little spoilers for these movies, but you get our booper rails over there on Mission Spooky too. So it's a little something for giving us a couple of drinks or gas money, to go to the spooky locations that we're going to be going to with Mission Spooky. So
yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening. Remember, read all the things, watch all the things, and good luck on your dice rolls.